Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is the explanation video of chapter Trade and Commerce. As according to the topic was first we should know what is trade and commerce. Trade, you can say, as a basic economic activity that involves buying and selling of different goods and services between two parties. दो पार्टीज़ के दरमियान चीज़ों का बेचना और ख़रीदना, मुख्तलिफ़ चीज़ों का, गुड्स इन उर्दू सामान और दूसरी खदमात, ये ट्रेड कहलाता है, तिजारत. एंड द अदर टॉपिक कॉमर्स statement, commerce, that involves all the activities that help in promoting the exchange of goods and services. वो तमाम काम जो मदद करती हैं इस चीज़ों के तबादले और ख़िदमात में, ये कॉमर्स कहलाता है. Now we can say the trade range can be from small street shops that we can see in our areas as well, and also trade can range from large supermarkets that you can see the shops or the trading that is going on over there. Then the first topic that we have after the explanation of trade and commerce, wholesaling and retailing. Wholesaler is someone who sells goods in bulk and lots. होलसेलर वो शख्स होता है जो चीज़ें बेचता है, सामान, गुड्स बहुत ज़्यादा तादाद में, बल्क कहते हैं लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ, और बहुत ज़्यादा तादाद में चीज़ें बेचता है. एंड रिटेलर इज़ द बायर. रिटेलर ख़रीदने वाले को कहते हैं. एंड अ रिटेलर एंड द होलसेलर, you can say a retailer and a wholesaler both will make a profit. That is why they are in business. They are both trying to make a profit, so they are in business. After this we have the topic office work. Now regarding the selling and buying, behind of this process, the manufacturing and the selling and buying, regarding this we have some kind of work. That kind of work usually called office work. In office work there are plenty of work. For instance, the orders have to be taken, checked and then sent out. Bills have to be paid, whatever the kinds of bill they are using on that time that are necessary for the work. Accounts, the money term, that of all kind have to be kept. Goods or material that are in stock have to be checked, and if more orders required then they have to order for it. Salary of the workers have to be worked out and paid. Money has to be kept into banks. Transport of raw material, whatever the material they required, there must be a transport system for taking it. And if the goods finished in their stock, so they must have to arrange for it. And the product that they are using, that they required, it must be checked whether it is available in the market or not. If it is short or not available in the market, so it has to be made. There are a number of jobs in administration. Administration is the management of office. So if there are thousands of other kinds of job in administration that are not directly linked with the manufacture or selling of goods. Number of kinds of jobs that we are doing in administration block, but that it's not concerned with the manufacturing and selling of goods. Now we have the topic of stock exchange. Basically, in stock exchange, many people invest money, jama karwana in the form of shares. Whatever the money that the people are collecting in stock exchange, that money that they have collected or invest in stock exchange are called the shares. वो पैसा जो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में लोग इन्वेस्ट करवाते हैं, जमा करवाते हैं, वो कहलाता है शेयर्स. Shares can be bought or sold on the stock exchange with hundreds of skilled mahir workers sit in front of the computer screens or telephones which are connected to many of the cities of the world. The stock exchanger buy and sell shares on the behalf of their clients. Clients are actually the people who invest money in stock exchange in form of shares. The prices of shares changes all the times. Now the next topic that we have is banking. Banking are actually the big international business that which provide many services to the people of their country, and those services are as follows. I'm telling you in point wise. Number 1, the bank store and keep customers' money safe. It means that we are keeping our money in banks. It must be safe, and it can be in store form, and whenever you need it you can take it out. The bank charges as in form of service fee is very low in amount that anyone can reach with it, or anyone can bear it. It is not in high cost. Number 2, the bank given money to the people and for businesses as long as they can offer security for the money. It means that they can borrow the money for doing any kind of business, and when they will return that borrowed money, it may be the people have to pay interest, and that interest can be quite considerable, that can be bearable. Anyone can reach it easily. The third point, that the bank services, that they are giving the services to the people. Investor are the people who invest deposited money in the bank. Investor deposited money, as we discussed earlier in stock exchange, that in form of shares, and they have their profit as well for their shareholders. Shareholders are the person who have their shares, are calling the shareholders. Same as process of stock exchange, banks also pay interest to the people who have deposit money with them. As the process of stock exchange, bank also doing the same process. They also taking the profit in form of depositors or the investors. The next service that a bank provide to their people, that if a customer have a debit or credit account, means by paying or receiving the money For this kind of activity, the debit and credit for taking out the money or for depositing the money, bank deducts a very normal amount of charges, that you can say the services charges, to the customer's account every month. Whoever the person or the customer of having debit or credit account, the bank's services charges are very reasonable, that bank deduct from the customer's account every month. A customer can also take other financial services from the bank also. The other kind of financial services the banks also provide to the customer. The last service that the bank provide to their customers are, the customer can buy and sell foreign currencies, and in that hope the customer buy and sell foreign currency, that they will make a profit on such kind of dealing, buying and selling of foreign currencies. Now the next topic that we have on page 88 is export. Exports are goods which are sent out of the country for sale. Other countries buy them either in their own currency or normally in US dollars. The exporting country can then use this money to buy goods if it want from overseas. एक्सपोर्ट्स वो सामान जो हम अपने मुल्क से बाहर भेजते हैं और उससे अपना पैसा कमाते हैं. Imports, the next topic we have after exports, imports. Imports are goods सामान which are brought into the country from overseas. Imports वो सामान जो हम दूसरे मुल्कों से ख़रीदते हैं, बाहर के मुल्कों से. They have to be paid for, और हमें उसको पैसा दे के ख़रीदना होता है. Usually in US dollar, और वो पैसा US dollar की शक्ल में हो. Nowadays countries are also paying in euros, और आजकल countries जो हैं वो यूरोस की शक्ल में पे कर रही हैं, अदा कर रही हैं. Now the next topic that we have in the book, balance of payment. Actually the balance of payment, I am explaining you that the country pays for its imports through its export. Means country जो है वो बाहर के मुल्कों से जो कुछ सामान ख़रीदता है वो उन पैसों से ख़रीदता है जो कि वो एक्सपोर्ट से कमाता है. एक्सपोर्ट वो सामान जो यहाँ पे उनके पास होता है वो बाहर बेच के उससे पैसा कमाते हैं. तो whatever the money that they had earning from export, they will pay for its import. This is called the balance of payment. यानी जो पैसा वो एक्सपोर्ट से कमाते हैं बाहर सामान बेच के, वही पैसा वो बाहर से चीज़ें ख़रीदने में लगा देते हैं. इस तरीक़े से बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट हो जाता है. उनका अपना जो पैसा कमाया वही पैसा बाहर से चीज़ें ख़रीदने में लगा दिया. ये कहलाता है बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट. Countries try to strike a balance between their spending and income. तमाम मुल्क कोशिश करते हैं कि एक तवाज़ुन रहे, बैलेंस रहे, जो कुछ वो ख़र्च कर रहे हैं और जो कुछ वो कमा रहे हैं. कमाने का इनकम जो है वो एक्सपोर्ट से रिलेटेड होगा और स्पेंडिंग का रिलेटेड होगा इंपोर्ट से. They spend on import and earn through exports. वो इंपोर्ट में ख़र्च करते हैं, एक्सपोर्ट से कमाते हैं. अर्न कमाना, स्पेंड खर्च करना. If a country's exports are more than its import, the balance of payment is said to be favorable. अगर एक्सपोर्ट की कमाई अर्निंग ज़्यादा है इंपोर्ट की कमाई से, तो इस किस्म की पेमेंट कहलाएगी फेवरेबल. बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट कहलाएगी फेवरेबल, जो इनके फेवर में है. It is an ideal situation because it means that the country has earned in the form of foreign exchange. This revenue can be used to achieve progress and development. It means that if they are earning more in exports, than as compared to import, it means that they are achieving progress in form of country's development. But if a country's import are more than its export, the balance of payment is said to be deficit. अगर कंट्री का इम्पोर्ट ज़्यादा है एक्सपोर्ट के मुकाबले में तो इस कस्म की बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट कहलाएगी डेफिसिट. This means that the nation has to pay more than it has earned in the form of foreign exchange reserve. This means that the nation has to pay more than it has earned in the form of foreign exchange. इसका मतलब है कि कौम जो है उसको ज़्यादा देना पड़ रहा है इंपोर्ट की शक्ल में, ना कि वो कमाता है एक्सपोर्ट की शक्ल में. This does not leave any reserves for the country. No progress and development take place. इस शक्ल में कोई तरक्की और आगे बढ़ना मुल्क का नहीं होगा. Sometimes countries have to borrow funds on heavy interest from friends and IMF or World Bank to repay its debt. बाज़ दफ़ा कंट्री को लोन भी लेना पड़ जाता है. If a country's exports are equal to its import, there is said to be a balance of payment. अगर कंट्री का एक्सपोर्ट इम्पोर्ट के बराबर हो जाता है तो ये बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट कहलाएगा. इन सच केस द कंट्री नीदर हैज़ एनी इम्पोर्ट नॉर एनी एक्सपोर्ट रेवेन्यूज़. उसको दोनों के दरमियान बैलेंस रहेगा, इम्पोर्ट एंड एक्सपोर्ट दोनों के दरमियान. Now the next topic that we have, exports of Pakistan. Pakistan are also earning a lot of foreign exchange in form of exports. We are discussing the 5 items that are main common items through which we take 3/4 of all Pakistan exports. That are, the first one is cotton. Cotton is the fourth largest product in the world, and you can say that Pakistan is also called the fourth largest producer of cotton in the world after USA. USA is first one, China second, third India, and Pakistan is the fourth largest producer of cotton. The cotton exported in 4 forms: clothing, cloth, stitch and unstitched form. Cloth is unstitched form and clothing stitched form. Yarn or thread. Yarn is called the thread. Raw material and waste. The next topic that we have in exports of Pakistan is rayon. Rayon is called the second largest export item. It is also used to be called artificial silk because it has some of the properties of the real silk, but it is cheaper than the real silk. And the process of making rayon was invented in about 1900. Wood chips are usually commonly of pine or sometimes of cotton seeds. That wood chips are dissolved in a bath of powerful chemicals. That tub or that pot is full of powerful chemicals. The solution is then squirted. Squirted means jet of water, that a stream emerging under pressure. That solution is then squirted through tiny nozzles into another chemical bath where they solidify into a fine thread. वो सॉल्यूशन जो है वो दूसरे केमिकल बाथ टब में चला जाता है. वो नोज़ल्स के थ्रू छोटे छोटे सुराख के थ्रू और एक फ्लोइंग में, वाटर ऑफ फ्लोइंग की शक्ल में, और वहाँ जाके वो सॉलिडिफाई सॉलिड की शक्ल में फाइन थ्रेड बन जाता है. दिस फाइन थ्रेड देन ड्राइड, इसको सुखाया जाता है, एंड यूज्ड एज एनी अदर फाइबर, और फिर इसको मुख्तलिफ धागों के साथ इस्तेमाल में लाया जाता है. रेयॉन इज़ यूज फॉर क्लोथिंग. फॉर upholstery is called the sofa sazi, means using for stuffing, filling, cushioning and padding. And especially the rayon is used in the making of tires for vehicles. Now the next topic that we have, the rice, the export item. We are talking about the third export item. Rice is Pakistan's second largest crop. Pakistan is very lucky in growing excellent quality of basmati rice. And this grain crop that Pakistan has grown at approximately 8 million tons a year, about a quarter amount of wheat. And sells at 3 or 4 times the price of ordinary rice. That basmati rice that I told you before, that Pakistan is very lucky in growing excellent quality of basmati rice, and this basmati rice sells at 3 or 4 times the price of ordinary rice. Sports equipment saman, the next topic that we have. Sports equipment, Pakistan's fourth largest export item. We have a large supply of leather for balls and trees such as willow. Willow tree are normally noted or seen for slender, graceful branches and leaves. So they are saying that willow and ash that are providing for the raw material, as a raw material for making bats. Stumps are the wicket that we are using cricket. Hockey sticks and rackets are using for squash and tennis. These all equipment are of good quality and by world standard, but relatively cheap, not in high cost, because labor costs are low in Pakistan. Pakistani sports team are among the world's best team, as we know already, especially in cricket, hockey and squash. Sialkot is famous all over the world for its sports goods. Sialkot is the city in the province of Punjab, as we know that. Sialkot made bats that are used in many cricket World Cup matches as well, and it's also made footballs that are used in several FIFA World Cups. And the last topic that we have in a sports item, that is carpet. Carpets, the hardy wool that we have taken from the tough sheep and goats, and these sheep and goats are of the hills, and this is the ideal hardy wool that is suitable for making carpets. There are two types of carpet, the one that are made in factories and the other that handmade. But the best carpet are called the handmade, that people made it at home. All the family members are taking part for making it, and also the young children at about age between 6 to 12, they are also taking part along with their family members. The young children, using their nimble fingers, are often better weavers as compared to the adults, because by using these fingers they can make more knots to the square centimeter. The process of making the carpets, they have to make the knots. The more knots they have to make, the more knots they made, it makes the harder weaving, and the carpets are higher in their price. Okay, now I'm telling you that the knots, the more in numbers, the weaving bunna are makes in harder form. The carpets is the item that are higher in their prices. Okay, what now the expensive carpets are made using a mixture of softer wool and silk. Thank you.